Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Today in the video, we are going to do a polymer clay cane. Now, this is like a stripy cane. I don't know the exact, I just call it a nice little flower stripy cane. I did it in red and white uh, to so you guys could see it better being done on camera and to use on a art quilt that I'm going to be doing. One of my odd girls with, I'm going to put it in her hair. So I did some acrylic paint on the inside, some yellow and orange. And yeah, so I'm going to use that on there. And I might do glitter, I might do crystal. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm sure I'll show you guys. So, you can use whatever colors that you want. Black and white would be great. You can do yellow and white and make like a bumblebee. I mean, yellow and black and do like a bumblebee wings or whatever. I mean, there's like a million things. I sit here and I'm like, oh. Um, so think outside the box. Think of something that you like. This would be great to make into a piece of jewelry, which I was going to do. But then I was like, no, I'm going to make this for my art quote. Um, Also, my daughter Emily is having a contest on her YouTube channel. She's like lifestyle makeup, and the link will be down below. And at the end of this video, click her pretty little face, and it'll take you to her channel and the giveaway. And if you're interested, check it out. Subscribe. Who doesn't love makeup? What else did I want to say? All your comments blew me away on the video I did yesterday about chronic illnesses. I did not get to read my emails and my Facebook and that kind of thing. Those, I've read the comments and put a little heart. If I put a little heart, it means I read it. And then I'm going to make a video probably tomorrow after I get a chance to read everybody's comments. But you guys just made my heart smile and it just blew me away. Um, it blew me away, and it also broke my heart because so much of me is in so much of you guys and your comments, and it just drives me nuts. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you do this and you would like to show me, all my information is down below as well. Come find me on Instagram and everywhere. I'm everywhere as Kelly Donovan, knitting and things. You can search. Um, yeah, and if you found me and you want to be subscribed to this, click the subscribe button down below. Click that notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload. I love you guys so very much, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So today we're going to do a little bit of clay. And the colors I have here, I have white, and I've already rolled this into a fairly thick cane. And I have some red. Now I use I gotta move over this way a little bit. I use SKYPE 3, or I like Souffle, which is very soft. But of course, you can use Fimo. You can use what else is there? Primo. There's a lot. Like Primo has these beautiful accent colors. But today we're just gonna do, SKYPE 3. You can get that on sale for like $1. You know what I mean? And I'm using it in a red. And I'm using, like I said, white. I have something to roll it with. This is a fondant roller from Michaels from the Duff Kagan series. It has two rubber things that go around there for different heights, but I took them off because I found that it wasn't getting things as thin as I wanted rolled out. So I have this, but of course you can use a glue. Oh, look at that. You can tell I use this a lot. It just falls off. You can use a glue bottle, any kind of bottle that you have, a paint bottle, whatever, to roll out. It doesn't matter. And I'll give you my little tip. And if you guys have been with me for a while, you know what my tip's going to be to make it easier to roll this out. Now I know red's going to get transferred to my finger, and that's why I did the white first. And the white is SKYPE 3 in white. So, that's fairly easy. Now I know a lot of you have hand issues. Whether it's arthritis or carpal tunnel or whatever, as well as I do. So, these are clays that work for me, the SKYPE 3, the Souffle, that are much softer and easier to work with. However, I know sometimes you get a color that's like, might be a little stiff. Maybe you're just not you know, you're like, okay, I just want to get done. I want to get done. I want to get done. And what I like to do is when it's in the package, before I use it, I sit on it. I know, sounds crazy. I've put it under my arm. I've tucked it underneath my bosom where it's warm, and I'll just leave it there and set everything up, go about my day, listen to a song, what have you, just for 5 minutes or so. And when you take it out, it's pliable because you warmed it up. So yeah, so here's what I'm going to do today. Probably not put, no. What I want to do is I made this, and all I did was I took a chunk of the white and made it into a cylinder, and I'm going to flatten each side, right? So I'm just like rolling it, pushing it, doing that. So they're flat. And then I'll go in and, let's see here. Let's see if I can do this. And I'll just go in and kind of roll it easy and keep flattening that end. So it's about, you know, the same. We're not looking for perfection here. We're looking for some progress. We're looking for something, you know, that might be cute at the end. Who the heck knows with me? Okay, so I'm going to cut this off just a little bit. Now, SKYPE, you know, polymer clay in general lasts a fairly long time. And by fairly, I mean years. Try to always have it in plastic, but if you don't, it won't hurt anything. I had a really, I got to get Dave to bring them in for me. I have like these work drawer things where I would like separate all my beads, and you can put your open clay in the drawers. You know, you mark them or whatever. If you have if I had a label maker, my life, I would label everything. Yeah, I'd have a label on my forehead. I'd have it everywhere. I'd have labels everywhere. I'd have song lyrics. You know, so I was gonna sing the rawhide theme to doing the rollin', rawhide, but I'm not gonna. So I want it to be, you can see I'm just cutting it. If you don't have this, you can use a plastic knife, believe it or not. And I also have a glue stick. Let me show you that I've used before. Can she get it? Just this big fat glue stick you get for like 30 cents at the craft store. I use it to dot on my, let's see, on my art journal pages and ATC cards. So you see, look at this. What? 30 cents? 10 cents? I don't know. Not a lot of cents. And it's just one of these bigger ones. Matter of fact, I gotta look. I thought I had a bunch of these. Maybe I can scrounge up. But yeah, see, so there you go. I'm gonna take that off for a second. Gonna lay it down. Now, I like to use water for things not to stick. I know my stuff's like popping up everywhere here because I kind of came into an issue and I had to turn my thing over. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this little end off, just roll it up, stick it with the red. Now I'm going to take my white and I'm going to stick it probably at this end because I want that red to be, I'm fairly on point. I don't know what happened here. I'm going to just push it out a little bit with my finger. That's it. Nothing on it. You can put a little water if you want, but no need. So I'm going to put this up, and you want it to be tight. You don't want air bubbles. You'll get air bubbles, but okay. So I'm just doing this so I can roll it. You see? And I'm going to roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it until, let's see, that's air bubble. Just kind of do your thing until you kind of get to this point where that piece that we started, this piece right here, kind of marks. And I don't know how well you can see, but you'll see it when you're doing it. It marks a piece, like it marks kind of where everything kind of hit. So you know, when you cut it, and I can see it's a little crooked, but I'm just going to kind of give it a chop here. And then I'm going to set this aside because I want to do something else. And then I'm going to roll this now. And what happens is you get it. And see here, I have like a little boopy right there. Don't worry about a little boopy. Just lightly pull it and tap it over. Okay. And I'm going to give it a pull, just a little pull. And then I'm going to put it seam side down and I'm going to roll it so it starts to blend in. And you see that? That's what we have there. And I think this might even have sparkle in it. I'm looking at it. It might have some sparkles, huh? Look at that. It's like iridescent. That's pretty cool. So obviously, yeah. So I'm just going to roll this, keep rolling it for a second. And like I said, I can put a little spray down. I can touch my hands. Some people use cornstarch, you know, I mean, you can use many things, but water is just simple for me. And I'm rolling it because I want that seam closed. And I want everything, you know, no bubbles. So keep an eye and just keep kind of going on it for a minute. And you can see how it's going away. And you can use your fingers and smooth it if you want, just to give it a little help. Because who doesn't like a little help? And you can see it's practically gone. I mean, you can see how easy. And then go back and kind of shape, you know, back to the circle. Okay. And that's it. We're going to, you know, make it smaller and do all that, but we're good there. So what I'm going to do here is I have this extra left over, and I'm going to peel this red off here just a little bit. And I'm going to cut that much off. Yeah, I'll leave that on there. And you see how we're getting to have our kind of flower thing. Now on this, I'm going to, which I forgot, and I can always do another piece of white clay, but I want to make this the round middle. So I'm going to peel off this red that's on here and just kind of scrape it off with my broken fingernail. And I should have did this first, so. But what you gonna do? I'm not gonna do nothing. And you can work on a piece of wax paper, you know, whatever you have. So I'll deal with this in a minute because I have an idea of what we'll do. Now this is now contaminated. I can't put it with the red because it will change, you know what I mean? It'll change a little bit because of the white. Not a big deal though. I'll show you what to do with this as well. Okay, so now I got this. Now I'm going to roll it because I want it thinner. I want to put it in circles, you know. So I'm going to take, I like to do both hands because you're kind of hitting everywhere. So it spreads out. And as you're spreading it out, what I like to do is kind of almost pull it lightly. I'm so used to doing it with one hand, but, and then you see how I move my hands? I'll start here and move them this way. So we're kind of, some people pull it, you know, I mean, it's, you do what you think works best for you. And you can see it's starting to get thinner. And it's okay. This is okay because we're going to reform it. So don't worry about that. Just get it a little smaller because I want to cut this into like thirds. Thirds. Gonna do thirds. Gonna move this down so it doesn't, come on now. We're doing this and we're doing this and we're doing this. Come on now. This takes a minute. Maybe I'll forward through this. I don't know. Yeah, just keep doing it. And you see, it's getting there. All right, I'm going to use two hands and just kind of roll it out. Make sure it's like a, you know, like a full circle. So I'm just going to keep rolling it in all the places so it's fairly even. Now this end isn't, so I'm going to roll it until it is. You see? I'm just going. Okay, so I want to cut it into several slices. So let's see, maybe we'll do like that size. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut this little peewee end off because, you know, and I'm going to cut the other end off too because this is what it ends up looking like. And that's, you know, not good for nobody. So I'm going to stick that with that red that I took off before. And I'm going to cut this end off, same gig, and do that. So I'm going to look, and right here, I accidentally got, I don't know how well you'll be able to see that, a little bit of that end went in there, but it's okay for this kind of cane that I'm doing. But you know, it doesn't mean this went all the way through because I don't have it on this end. So this would be the end I would probably use. But you can see I have these many. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I want to kind of flatten them now. All right, so I'm going to take, what can I use? What can I use? I'll use my glue stick again because you can use any glue stick. And I'm going to lay them there. And what I'm going to do is I want them to be like this, you know? Maybe I'll just do this through. I'm just going to take my fingers and pinch it between. So both sides are like this. Okay, and I'm going to do that with every single one. And it's just like a, you see, like a little, not a chiclet, because chiclets are a different shape, but I think you see. I'm just going to push it real good. Okay, and we're going to finish these. Just like that, and then the last one. And you can do really as many as you want of these. Depends on, you know, what you're going for. I'm going to try to get them to be the same length, and I'll show you why in a minute. I might have to cut more than I want to, though. I don't want them too smashed. So I'll put that there, just so I can kind of see the length in them. So I got this little short guy right there, so I'm going to have to cut these off. So they're basically the same. And then these go in the red pile, but look how cool. Look how cool. Okay, red smushy pile. Now I'm going to stack these on each other and just give them a little push. Like this. And I'm going to cut it so it's, well, this side might not need to cut. No, this side's a little bit better. All right. I'm going to try to save as much of this as I can. So you see how I now have this? And then what I want to do is I want to kind of work and pinch these outsides a little bit. You see how it's kind of getting to be like a little shape on the outside? And I want the shape on here too. And I'm going to do it all the way down. All the way down, all the way down. And I'll do it this way. Okay. And we're pushing them together, kind of making them thinner. And doing the same here. Go to the other side. Same thing. I want those outsides pinched. Okay. I'm going to give it a little, just a little roll so they're kind of, you know, I know they're all touched. Okay, so now I'm going to cut off just a slice of this end to see what we have underneath. All right, I'm really happy with that. Because what this becomes now is, why can't I get the lighting good? It's going to be flower petals. And look how cool. Now, think about this. If I would have thought about this ahead of time, I would have made quite a few more canes. So I would have had maybe these 4 would have been in the middle, and then I could have done 2 more on the outside. You can do as many as you want. But you see what I'm saying? Like, look how we got that. Look how cool they look. All right, so then this I'm just not going to use. I'm going to put it in the little pile here. Okay, so I'm going to leave this just sit for a minute. All right, now I'm going to take this white. Now, do you have to make sure it's white? No, I mean, if it gets dirty, it gets dirty. Because I'm sitting here playing with with this, it's going to get a little pink. But you know what? As I was thinking about it when I was sitting here, trying to concentrate on making the cane, I was like, you know what? It's red. So if this goes pink a little bit, who cares? In the middle, you know what I mean? Is it always white? Yeah. If I finish making them and I bake them and I'm like, nah, I don't like that, I can paint white with white paint. Who am I? Who am I to say no to that? But you want the color to kind of get in there, so you do want to knead it over and over again until the color is pretty on point. I just want it to be mixed. So I will do it one more time, and then it's kind of tie-dyed, as you can see, but that's all right. So I'm just going to kind of put it in a ball, just like this. And the more you work with it, if you're like me and you have hot hands, which sometimes my hands are ice cold, sometimes they're extra hot. I don't have a choice in the matter. But if your hands are extra warm and you see like, oh, this isn't, because I suggest before you slice this, you go put it in the freezer because it will make it so much easier to slice. But that would entail me to have to get up and do all that. And I'm not playing that game today. So I'm going to roll it in a ball, and then I'll just pinch the ends and kind of roll it again, because we just want little circles. And you see, I'm just forming it back into that little white cane. And you want that to be, a circle. And then what I'll do is I'll just cut this in half because we'll only do, and that's a little whiter. Okay, so I'm just going to lay those there for a minute. And then I'm going to go here and I'm going to let's cut one. I'm going to make it thick, fairly thick, because I'd like to make this into like a necklace kind of thing or something. I don't know. We shall see. All right. So you see we cut it. It's about what? Half an inch? Whatever. You don't have to measure it. Now I'm going to pinch it on both sides so it's even more formed. And you see, so easy. Look at that. So easy, a little there. And we got a flower petal. Okay, so this isn't sitting straight. So I'm just going to go on my mat, give it, I suggest you use, but you can see this has already picked up the red dye, which things might, your hands do. Give it a little, just the slightest little pressure so it sits flat. And we have a flower petal. Now, do you see, we have this. So we need to wrap this in, and look, it's about a ½ inch as well. So it's going to fit there pretty, but I want it wrapped in a little of the red as well. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of just my regular clay, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to give it a quick roly-poly, and it's not going to be too much. And then I will lay this on here, and a little thinner. Little thinner. And I don't even need this much. I pinched off a lot, but what are you going to do? Okay, so I'm going to lay this here. We're going to roll it. And that's when you know you need it a little wider. So maybe what I'll do is go this way. You want that brighter end at the, at the top, sticking out. I'm going to roll it. Same thing until it hits there. Now, sometimes what I'll do is I'll take my X-Acto knife or my knife, my blade, and I'll just cut it like that. So it's, and I know the white isn't that much. Ooh, so I'll just put that back with my red. Okay, I'll give this a little slice off, so I'm good. Okay, Now I could have rolled this at the same time, but I'm only going to work on one here. So now I'm just going to give it a little push and kind of roll that red that's sticking over the top down, because I don't necessarily need that. Put it in the best circle that you can, because remember, nature is not perfect. It's imperfect. It's not, you know, always pristine. So do your best. Don't get hung up. This is when people say, I hate your clay videos. You're too long. You explain too much. You didn't do it. I don't do things perfect. I do things because I enjoy them, and I enjoy this. So la-di-da, la-di-da. So I'm going to put this in on the tip of that and give it a little smush so it kind of connects to that. I like to do like odd, like count like 5 petals. Do you know what I'm saying? We'll see how many we get here. So I'm going to cut again, and I'm going to try to keep it the same. Now, while you're working on your little middle, you can always go and put this in the freezer and come back, and then, you know, and it's the same, see? So we're going to pinch the end here, pinch the end here. I like to give it a pinch in the middle, flatten it a little bit, and then I'll go and put it here. Okay, and I will continue to do the same. Okay, so here we are. I'm back. I just put all those on there. And now you can play with the ends a little bit if you want. You can kind of, you know how they sometimes have those cute point parts at the end? Now, I'm going to tell you one thing I don't like, and I probably will change this once this bakes, is this needed to be bigger and not as red around it. So I'll probably paint this with a little white, and I'll show you an easy way to do that. Now, to me, because I'm just this odd freak of a person, I don't like everything going the same way. So I got these little tips this way. I'm going to put these a couple this way. You know, they're not going in the same direction because it's just not me. I'm going to go. I can even make this one go this way. And you can leave them straight like this if you want. It doesn't matter. I'll just give it a little turn this way. And you just kind of play to form it. And you can see I have a few little things here. I want these to kind of disappear. So I will roll this just a little bit more. Like that. So those ends disappear. Now I'm going to lift this up. Now an easy way if you're stuck and you're using a clay blade or a tissue blade is to kind of go under it. I probably just sliced my mat up, but we're lifting it this way. So it's getting everything off the bottom because I didn't spray water and it is warmer than it probably should be. Nope, didn't cut. Oh, I like it left like a print there though. I don't know if you could see that or not. And you see, like when you turn it over, if you're like, oh, I like this side better, then, you know, you just do the same thing on this side. But I'm okay with this. And you can sit and you can, I might not have, you know, now that I think about it, maybe I would have used black or something different. As the red, I'm not digging, and I think it's because it's running into, so take that as a you know, like, oh, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, I don't like that, but I had to put 8 down because. But something I am going to do before I bake it, and I have my oven set at the package directions, and I have it at 260. This says 275. So, all right, I got to turn it up a little bit. I have mine at 265. And then I would bake this. You want like, they always say like 5 minutes, an inch or whatever. I don't even know, or 20. I don't even know. Read your package directions. I'm going to put this in for like 15 minutes. So, okay, so you can see, but you know what I'm thinking about doing is taking this where I have that white and I'm going to slice it. Let's see if this works. Just slice that little banana bum off and I'll use this one. Maybe put this in the middle. I just want a slice though. Maybe the banana butt will work because I want it to kind of spread around and give me that white. Let's see if I can get this going. A little whiter. And I'm just kind of pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. It's not going to do what I want it to do. No, it's not going to go as big. But let me take this piece. Let me roll it in a snake. And a snake is what it sounds like, a snake. I could call it something else, but we're not going there today. Kathy, I know you got your dirty mom going, girl. All right, let's do this. Let's see, it needs to be a little bigger. The bigger, the better here. Okay. Going. Like that. Now let's see. Hey, life's an experiment, man. You know, you gotta experiment. I'm gonna use this on my one of my odd girls. So I think maybe the 4 and 4, even though I like it odd, will be good. You know, who's complaining? But this will go on one of my art quilts. Okay, it's not too bad. I'm gonna give it a rub. But it's a little bigger in the middle. Like I don't, you know, I kind of went overboard. But hey, you see the technique, so you know you can do as you wish. I should have just painted it. Let's be honest, because look. But we're okay. I can pull these out a little bit more. And what I'm gonna do anyway is put glitter. So does it really matter? No. No. That's what's so fun about clay. And you can do this with air dry clay too. You know, you don't have to be doing polymer. Some people don't like it. But just going to kind of flatten it out a little bit. And then, now think about this. Think about different colors. Think about yellows. You just made a sun. Do you see what I'm saying? On a mixed media painting. On a ATC card if it's small enough. In an art journal page. These are fun ways to learn techniques and to do things. And then, you know what I mean? Add them to something. So that's that. I'm going to bake him. And, you know, we're going to go on from there. So let me show you. I have these little pieces left of all the white and all that. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll it. Let me move this. I'm going to lift this up. Now, if you have a ceramic clay tile that I have and I can't find it, of course, because that's just me. You can also work on that. So then all you have to do is pick up your tile and put it in the oven. Do not buy a tile. You can get them for like 50 cents at the hardware store. You don't want it, you want it not glazed. You want it like a ceramic tile, right? So, you know, you can work on that and then just pick that up and put that in the oven. Obviously, I have one. I don't have it here. Okay, so that's going there for a minute. And then this is this. So all I'm going to do, I got to put up my, I know a lot of you don't like when I use my clay pasta roller to mix my clay because you guys don't have it. And I totally get it. I just want to mix this and so you can see the difference when there's white in there. And I just keep rolling it and different directions. And now it's pretty soft, so I'm just gonna put it in my hands. And I know later my hands are gonna be sore and tired and, you know, all that other kind of stuff, and they're gonna hurt like a, you know, but such is life. I always hurt. So what's the difference? But I want to show you color mixing, and this is the perfect thing for where we're at. I was also going to use light blue for the flower, which maybe I'll do another one. Maybe not on video, but I'll show you when I'm done. It gets harder on video sometimes, but you know, okay. All right, this should be good. But look at the difference. I made a rose out of the red and some white, those little pieces. So now I have an extra piece of clay. And what I'll do is I'll put this into like a ball, and I'll put it in a little plastic baggie or wrap it in saran wrap, and then put it in a baggie. And then all my extra pieces I'm going to, you know, I'll save. And then you look at it and you can make so many different things. So don't throw those little pieces away. Okay. So I'm going to throw this into the oven. But let me know what you guys think about it. I will put a picture of it baked, and once I paint the middle, if that's what I choose to do, I don't know what I'm going to choose to do yet, and glaze it with some glitter, you know, and that kind of stuff. I don't want to make this video too long because it's already 35 minutes, but, you know, I'll show you. And you'll see the picture in the beginning, and then you can decide what you want. We'll see how long this takes to cook and where I'm at, whether or bake, whether I'm going to come back or this is going to be my ending. So, as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. Progress, not perfection. Remember, these are techniques. These aren't, you know, I'm not doing a beautiful piece right here. You know, I do technique. And, think about doing these in different colors and what you have. I know I've been asked to, like I said, show color mixing with clay, and I'll do more, but this is just a prime something, and you know what you do with the end pieces that you know you don't use. So I love you guys so very much. Let me know what you guys think about this down below. If you do this, tag me. I'm everywhere. All my information's down below. I love you guys so very much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.